Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Oston Cypher back again with an easy tutorial on web development. So we are going to be creating a simple registration form using the new Bootstrap classes they introduced. And when I talk about the new Bootstrap classes, in 4 we are having cards, outline boxes, and also the form control large styling to your input fields. That's what you're going to be creating in this simple tutorial, such a form and these outline buttons. You can see this one is different from this let's talk button, so I guess you can spot the difference between these two buttons. Let's get started and write some code. Now what I've done is include the Bootstrap file on my web page, and it's inside this folder called CSS. So as you can see, we first entered CSS, then we write the file name, which is bootstrap.mini.css, this one. And the reason why we did that is because they are in the same directory with our file, which is form.php. So we're going to create a div, we're going to create a div with a class of container. And if you're not new to the Bootstrap classes, container sets some fixed width to the web page. Let me say if I put some h3 and I say Oston, when we go back to our form, you're going to see that Oston leaves some space this side and has some fixed width. Then that's when you know that Bootstrap is really included in your web page. So inside this, you're going to create a div. Oh, why am I writing caps? You're going to create a div with a class of row. So these are the Bootstrap grid system. They have not yet changed. They are always the same. So if you have to check this form, you're having 2 columns, the first one and the second one with the form. And the first one is taking up the 8 columns, while this one is taking up 4 columns. And when you add 8 plus 4, that is 12, hence completing the Bootstrap grid system number, which is 12. So we are inside this parent div with a class of row. Inside it, we are going to create, I'm going to create a div with a class of col, which stands for column. LG on large screens is going to take up 4 columns, and I'm going to give it h2. So this is the column you saw having joined the conversation, and I'm too lazy to write that again. I'm just going to copy and paste those ones, and also paste the paragraph. Those are the only stuffs you're going to be pasting in this tutorial. I'm sorry for that. So this is what we are having on our web page, our column covering 8. We are going to create another div, and we are going to give this one a class of col LG. This column on large screen is going to take up 4, and this is the column with our form. And we are going to create a div with a class of card. So these are the new Bootstrap classes I was talking about. We are going to give it a background of red, BG, sorry for that, BG-danger. So that one is going to give us some red background, and we say text-center. Everything inside this div is going to be centered, and text white. Everything is going to be white in color. Then I'm going to create a div. I'm going to give it a class of card body. That's where our form is going to be. So I'm going to create a form tag, and I'm going to create a div inside this form tag, and I'm going to give it a class of form group. Then we create the input boxes. You saw this one is text, so you can use the names if you're going to deal with the server scripting languages like PHP. And I'm going to place a placeholder having username. If I'm to refresh the page, you're going to see a container which is having black or red background and such stuff. Oh, we forgot the paragraphs. You saw the H2, which was sign up today. Sorry for that. Sign up today, and the paragraph which was let's connect. So we had left those ones out, because if you have to check these, they are there and they are also white. Then we are going to make this one somehow like bold, so we are going to wrap it inside the strong tag. Strong, and we also cross it this side, strong. But now we are having a problem here. This form is really attached to the top. So what we are going to do, we don't need to write any styling, internal styling or external or inline. We just need to write empty margin top, and we want to leave 5 pixels on top. So refresh, and we are going to leave some 5 pixels on top, margin top. The same applies to this heading. I'm just going to give it empty 5 margin top. Very simple. Then we are going to now make these text boxes responsive. We add them a class or look nice of form-control, and we say form. Let me first show you what this one does before we add another class. So this is how it's going to be looking like, but we want it to be large, so I just add another class of form-control-lg, which stands for large, and that's it. So we are not going to write this again and again. I'm just going to copy that because it's the same. We change the type to email, also the name to email, and the placeholder is going to be email. Very simple. We go to another input field. We are still inside the form tag. We paste that. This one is going to be password, and this one can be pw1, and we say password. Then we create another input. This one, the type is also password. Then the name is pw2. Then we add the placeholder of retype password. Refresh, and we are having all those input boxes: username, email, password, retype password. Now let's create these outline buttons you saw of register and login here. So still inside this, we are going to create some input, and we call it submit. The name will still be submit. That's when we introduce a class of btn-outline. So this is a new Bootstrap class, -light. Refresh. Oh, this is not the form. This is it. Now let's make it block. Let's make it block. I'm sorry for the noise in the background. So btn-block. Refresh, and yeah, it's going to be having the same width. This, I'm sorry for the noise once again in the background. Then we want to change this text on it, so we are going to give it a value, some value of register. Refresh, and we are going to be having register. So that's how simple it is to create an outline button. You say btn dash outline dash light. So we are done with the register button, but you can see we are having some paragraph with already a member, login. If you're already a member, login. So below it we are going to create a paragraph, and we say already a member, so it'll be like asking, whoa, already a member. Then we create the anchor tag href, we close it, and we say login here. So this one's going to be going nowhere. Then we give it a class of btn dash outline dash light, the same class we gave to the other one. Then refresh, we're having this. Then we say btn dash block, refresh. So we need to leave some space between register and already member, because if you have to check here, we're having some space. What we are going to do is come to this first button of register, and we say mb, so margin bottom, equals 3. So mt is for margin top, mb is margin bottom. Seeing how easy it is. Very, very simple. We are done with the form, so let us style this side. We say text center for this parent column. Then we are going to create a button with let's talk. This is how it is. Then we are going to give it a class, the Bootstrap classes of class btn dash danger, then btn dash large. Want it to be large. Very simple. So there is no difference between this form and this form. That's how you create a simple registration form using the new Bootstrap 4 features. Guys, if this tutorial was useful to you, please go ahead, subscribe to the channel, like the videos, share them on different social medias, and we shall still be creating some more awesome tutorials for you guys. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next tutorials. Peace.